Ideas for ExpoFest products come from many places. Project ideas require real-world connections, so to spark ideas, many teachers take students into their communities or invite guests into the classroom. Often teachers encourage students to brainstorm ideas by observing their own lives and the lives of those around them.
In e-commerce, I find that most ideas center around education, health, and sustainability. It's just what the kids normally gravitate towards. They usually break off in teams of 2 or 3, and they just come up with crazy ideas. We share it as a class, and then we put them on the whiteboard, and we just hear everyone's ideas.
Once you have a few ideas that are pretty strong, that you've done your initial research to see where you can go with it, I think having small groups work together to continue researching and presenting early on in the process is important.
We researched like community problems, and we noticed that like East Haven and all over Connecticut had like a shortage of road salt.
Right now we're kind of working on finding a solution, and what we found so far is pickle juice, cheese brine, alfalfa meal, and beet juice.
There are many places that are experimenting with it and have been for a couple years now. So we're trying to talk to them to see how, like, if they've been successful with it or not.
At this point, students are looking for problems, even if they're not sure of a solution yet.
I come up with a lot of ideas. Like, I'm nonstop. There goes an idea. Oh, there goes another idea from that idea. So I'm always constantly sharing my ideas. It's like my type of language. Like, I tell my teacher, I'm like, we speak the same language when it comes to this class. So you open that up, you put it into the wall, like, to charge it. And then
Not all ideas are perfect. In fact, most are not. But the process of brainstorming 1,000 ideas is a good exercise in the odds to help reveal the one.
Students have better ideas than adults. They have no constraints. They think there is no box. We think about a box and we think about, wow, this won't work, because they don't have that limitation. So all we do is facilitate that, but I do not discourage an idea. I encourage more research. Meaning, if you want to go in this direction, you're going to have to do research on this, and this. I let them figure out whether the project is viable or not. And they usually do that amongst their peers. They present to each other, and they pick the best project, the most viable project to go for.
I like how you have to like start researching and like sort of get an idea, and then you develop like a problem, and then you have to think, oh, how are you going to solve that problem? I like it because it's sort of like real life, you know?
It's our own ideas that we make, not from another person's.
It's not like we're saying to them, here's a list of topics, pick one of these and research it. They are, from the first piece on, they are picking a project topic, they're thinking about important solutions, they're coming up with an experiment to test a solution. So these are advanced skills.
What I would recommend for teachers and students is to really think like scientists, but also a little bit as entrepreneurs. Why is this problem important? Why do you want to study it? Why should you care about this particular problem?
By working on individual projects, students have a chance to practice some of the skills they'll need to work on the final Team Innovation Challenge project.
We also got to think about what we're going to actually do.
And the materials that we're going to use, like chemicals and those stuff.
Yeah, if we're going to use chemicals. But remember, it has to be green.
Okay.
Many ideas come from the ongoing use of courses where curricular concepts such as biomimicry, probabilities, and market research are introduced, and questions naturally arise.
We're thinking of making the design based off the lotus leaf, and that leaf is like if water hits it, it like rolls off and it doesn't like it doesn't stay on the leaf. So on that leaf there's a coating called the hydrophobic coating. So we're thinking about implementing that into the shirt so that it's waterproof.
To kind of help them in their process of designing their projects for the expo, one of the things that we've really emphasized this year is taking the engineering piece and tying it in with science. So they're not two separate entities, that they're one kind of coherent piece.
Always good. What are we using if you have to wash it?
Water.
You're using water.
Oh my God.
Throwing things out are not always, it's not always a bad thing. What does it need to be able to do if you throw it out to make it all right?
It needs to break down and it needs to be able to like...
So maybe you could make it out of something that has like the consistency of like a paper bag, like a paper brown bag?
Students are very ambitious and they try to come up with very complex and complicated projects. Which is a great thing, but also within the limited time frame, I would say scale back and think what's really manageable and what do you have resources and expertise in. I would suggest you want to be complex, you don't want to be complicated.
Find out what your passion is and follow that. Find out people who can mentor you on the path you want to go to, and they've already followed that path, so you have the right guidance. Be prepared that you will not necessarily succeed the very first time. You will have to do it second time, third time, fourth time around. There will be lots of setbacks. Do accept that you will not know everything, you will not have all the skills. So do count on your friends, family, and mentors who will educate you. Build a team around you and stay at it. Because if you are passionate, you will succeed.
I think all of them, whatever one gets picked, is gonna have a good effect on the world. So whatever gets picked, everybody will work on it, and I think we could make something beneficial.